everyone, Jean here from the Inky Owl Studio. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you stopped by today. I hope we can spend a few minutes together. I am going to be starting a new series, and it is going to be building an ephemera reference library. And what I mean by a reference library is a collection of different ideas and how to make ephemera for your journal. Maybe you're like me. What I've often done is I've learned to make certain things and then I move on to other stuff, and pretty soon I forget what I once learned. So I kind of want to make a one-stop place where I can go for inspiration and for ideas each time I start a journal, and I don't have to think of new things. I started this particular idea about a year ago, and I didn't get very far. I got an inexpensive binder from the dollar store. I got some page protectors, and I went through and I made several ways that you can take a sheet of paper from a book, because we all have so many of those, and how I can make different tags and pockets and all these kind of things from them. I would make some notes on how I assembled them, and I would put them in here. And then, each time I made a journal, I can go through here and go, oh, yeah, here's an idea, here's an idea, here's an idea. But I never went any further than this. And I have learned so many different things since then that I want to start keeping track of them and kind of have a library so I can just sit back, open it up, and be inspired on, where to move next. And maybe this will be an opportunity for you to build your own reference library, especially if you're new to journaling. It's nice to have these little ideas tucked away so that you can pull them out, each time you work on a journal or whatever. And so this will be probably a first in several installments where I'm going to be taking different ideas and making them for your reference library. And so I'll show you what I mean. We'll just get started with the first idea that I'm going to share with today. I've got 3 different ways that I'm going to do folding paper to make pockets and journaling spots. And so yeah, let's get started with that. What I really like about these is that once you glue it in, you have, like in this particular one, there's a little pocket here and there's a pocket here. And you would clip this onto your page to keep that to keep this side stable. So you got these 2 pockets, and then you can just take off the clip and like totally unfold this piece of paper like so and write in it. You can even write on this page or flip it up and write it on this. So you've got like almost a whole nother page to your journal, but you've also got 2 kind of like fun pockets to work with. So this is the first one that I want to do today. So typically, or basically, you just take your piece of paper, and I'm just going to use copy paper right now. And I would recommend using a bone folder. I think that it makes a nice, good crease. And you just fold it in half the first time, like so. Now you want to fold it up, I would say, within about 1.5 inches from the top. So, you can eye it up about 1.5 inches there, somewhere in that vicinity, and you just crease that. Now here's the fold. You probably could go either way, and you kind of got to think about the in orientation on your page, if you're going to put it on the left side or the right side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down, and having this edge meet the edge over here as my first fold. And I'm going to bring this one down, but I'm going to keep an eye on it so that it looks like it's pretty even sitting in here inside of this one. So you have these 2 folds now. And you can decorate this page without interfering with further journaling. You can just make sure that you glue whatever you want to decorate with on this flap here. Go over it one more time so you don't have to replay this. Take your page, fold it in half, bring it up within about 1.5 inches to the top. And of course, the further up you fold it, the closer these two fold overs are going to be. Bring this one down to meet the side. Bring this one down likewise. There we go. And so now you have this double pocket. And then if you want to, you would be gluing down here and across here and up here into your page. You will have this flap here kind of freely flapping. So to secure it as a pocket, let's say this is the page you're going to, in the journal you're going to glue it onto. Then you would just put a little clip, paper clip or whatever, inside here, and it would rest inside your pocket this way. And then you would have these two places to put something in. So that's the first one. And so what I plan to do then is I'm going to take this pocket, put it inside my notebook, inside one of the page protectors, or you might want to make your own system and of doing this, but I'm going to keep this as a reference so that I can unfold it and look at it and know how it's folded. And then I'm going to make some notes on here. I might even go back, and on this one I might write, in fact I'm going to put down glue, a line here, and glue a line here, and glue a line here. And that way I'll know that that's how that goes inside. And I will probably store it with a paper clip to show me that I'm going to keep this clipped. Now, as I go through and maybe make more of these, I have notes. I can always write notes on it, so then I can remember, what did I do in the past? What did I really like? If I use pattern paper, well, which side gets folded in first, or just whatever note I may want to make. I can make it on the outside. Now, what you can do if you're into mask making, and see, something like this I could mask make and really use it because it's not decorated, but yet it's ready to go. I can just pull it out, glue a few things onto it, and as you notice, it's very simple to decorate. At least I decorate it quite simply. I just inked around it and then put on some little fun stuff, a little collage of 3 or 4 things. And if you mask make snippets, you could glue a snippet onto it. So for me, this kind of mask making makes sense for me. It doesn't make sense for everybody, but it does for me. But at least I do have this pattern to follow. Now, the second one is this pocket here. So this one has a pocket back here, and it has a pocket here, and it has another pocket. Let's see, I believe the other pocket is back here. So this has some little pockets to put into there, and you could really load up even more because you see, this middle part does go all the way through, but you could actually, again, put a little clip at the bottom of your page if you wanted to really stuff it with even more. So anyways, this then opens up like this to do even more journaling on, like so. So you have, again, another page. so cool. So let's start with our sheet of paper again, our 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. We will again fold it in half and use our bone folder. Get a nice crease on that. This gets folded approximately 1/3 of the way over. And I just eye it up. You know, it doesn't have to be exact. If it's within, you know, a few quarter of an inch or whatever, it's fine. So that's about 1/3 over. This I'm going to fold back over, but I do not want to fold up tightly against this edge here. Want to leave just, you know, a little bit, maybe 1/4 of an inch. Want to leave a little bit there, as you can see, right along here, so that it's not tight against there. All right, and then once I do that, I am going to take the top corner, fold it up against the right. Oh, I got some red ink on my finger. It's ink, it's not blood. Up against here. Then the back piece of paper, I'm going to fold it under, but I'm keeping my eye on this here because I want to go above it. I don't want it to be two folds that look exactly the same. I want this fold to be a little bit more higher than this fold. All right, so we're going to do the same over here. We're going to fold it in like this, and then I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to allow, you know, almost a 1/2 inch. And well, you allow whatever looks right to you, actually. All right, and so now you have this fold, and now all you have to do is open it up here and slide this arm into that little pocket crease, and now you have your pocket. I put a thumb hole in there, a thumb hole notch in mine here. You don't have to do that, but I put one in here just so that a person can really see where the pocket's at. It's not necessary, but you just simply, you know, take a round punch and go in halfway, punch it out. But I am going to go back here, and I'm going to write glue, glue, glue. That way I know that I'm going to glue these sides into my page. I'm going to glue them into my page. I'm going to decorate this flap like I did on this one. And it was very simple. I didn't do anything complicated. I just put in some fussy cut flowers and a little couple bee stamps because it's going in the bee journal. That's all I did. Just going to do that. And with this one, you don't really have to put a clip in because it's resting inside the fold there. So remember that your pocket will not be here because it will come out the bottom. However, even though that's not a pocket, if you were to put this in the middle of the page and put in a large tag that kind of stuck in like that, maybe even longer than that, I mean, it would be sort of like a fat belly band, you know. It would be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool. You could really use this pocket. You could use the one that's in between this one here, and you can use the one in back. Now, if your paper is really thin, you might want to reinforce this pocket with some washi tape, glue some washi tape on the back of it here. You know, we can just unfold it. You may want to glue a line of washi tape here and here to kind of help make it so it doesn't get worn too much. Next one is kind of it's an envelope. It's an envelope one. And I did this with some pattern paper, and essentially you put it into your journal. You glue around 3 sides there, of course, so you have a pocket. You'll have a pocket here, and then it flips up and it opens up for writing here on the inside, so it looks like an envelope when you're for. Now there's many variations on this particular design, and this is just the one that I'm using. So get my paper. Now a lot of this is going to depend on just how big you want your envelope to be. I believe this sheet of paper, well, first of all, yes, you have to start out with a square sheet. At least that's what I did. So you just come up here like so, and then I just sort of tick mark here and tick mark there, and we're just going to square up our paper just like this. I mean, it doesn't matter how big your square is, it just needs to be a square. If you want a small envelope, you just make a tinier square. So you square it up, and then you fold. I fold this way. You fold, well, of course, what we'll do is we'll find the halfway mark, and I just squeeze it there so I can kind of see that halfway mark. And I'm going to fold just a little shy of that mark, a little bit to the right, and a little bit to the left of it. So I have like a tiny little tiny slit where they don't quite meet. Just come in here like this. We'll finish out that fold here again. All right, so this will come up now, about a ½ inch from the bottom there, approximately. Okay, and then you're going to fold this down over it to make the envelope. Now, if you want to put something to help secure that with, I just merely took a circle. You can punch out a circle, cardstock. It needs to be cardstock because I don't think paper would hold it, but some kind of decorative cardstock, and just glue half of it. Put glue on half of the circle, put it down over the point of your envelope, and then you've always got this little place to keep it from flipping up. But you do have this additional and then you would glue. Okay, we're going to go back here. We're going to glue here. We're going to glue here and here. Just like that. And that way you will have a pocket here, as well as this flip up writing space like so. Now I have one more idea. This one is super clever, and I am going to put a link as to where to find this fold, because this comes from my friend Jo Beth at the Crafty Cauldron. She came up with this, or she has a tutorial on this fold, and I love it. So there's a lot of things that she shows you can do with this particular fold, but this is what I did with it. I made it into sort of like a bouquet wrapper, like you would get a bouquet of flowers in. And it comes together here with a ribbon, and then you just merely unfold it. Oop, I may have glued that down there a little bit. You just unfold it, and then you've got all this journaling space down here. Is that not the coolest thing? I love it. Really do. It's just so neat. And she will show you how to do that. I'm going to put that link down below, but she's got other ideas of how to use this as well. But I just love that. So please check out her channel. Check out the link to see how to fold this clever little idea. And there you go. Here then are the folds that we've done today. And these are the ones I'm going to put into my little library, my little reference library. Please consider subscribing so that you can perhaps build your own library, or you can at least get some ideas on maybe some things you've not seen before or have forgotten and want to be reminded. I will be doing one of these installments every week, and I don't know for how many weeks, but probably the next 4 or 5 weeks I have some ideas of how I want to do this. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate all your lovely and wonderful warm comments, and I will see you again soon. Bye.